You've got Bus, the Self Reliant Roadshow with Prepsteader Bob and Mrs. B. Oh yeah. Kind of a friendly little bugger. All right, guys, Papa Pepper here once again on the Abundant Harvest Homestead, and today I am here with Prepsteader Bob, and he's brought the Self Reliant Roadshow on a pass-through of our area. So we're trying to be a good host for the night, But remember, if you're too good of a host, you'll never get rid of your parasites.
Never leave. No, you know, not only that, but trying to get the bus down through here. Sure. Thank God it's 6 wheels.
Yeah, so the Self Reliant Roadshow.
Yes.
What exactly is that, even for those who don't know?
It's quite simple. Mrs. B and I are on a mission to travel across the United States and Canada, and we bring our time, tools, and talents to homesteads. We pull in, we give them 1 to 5 days, whatever projects that they need to have done. We have our trailer full of tools. We jump right in, whatever it is, construction, site assessments, education, livestock management, soil improvements, whatever it is, we're there for that period of time to help out. Our heart and burden is to help to grow the homestead, prepper, and DIY community, just because, well, to be honest, we want to get back to the 3 big principles: to God, and to honor God, family, and country.
Nice. So as we talk about faith, family, and country,
yes,
some people may kind of like almost scoff at the idea to have those 3 kind of focuses, but the interesting thing is they were all created by God.
Yes.
They were all born into a family.
Absolutely.
And they all live in some sort of country.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
And the hard reality is that it's been millennia. We've all worked together as a community, and a lot of that, as we're doing these things together, we get closer together, we help one another, and it helps with our morality and our character, and that's just our heart's desire. Not all the stupidity that you see on YouTube or on TV, not the drama, not the whatever, just good, wholesome, get out, help your neighbor, love your neighbor, and honoring God. And it has been phenomenal. The reaction that we've gotten and the response we have gotten has just blown us away, even though we've only been at it for 6 weeks.
Nice. And it's interesting too. I mean, if you think about people are all pretty much the same in a lot of ways, but they're very different, kind of like our hands are completely opposite.
Absolutely.
In all their similarities, but when they come together, they could do something that no one could accomplish on their own.
Many hands make light work, and that's the blessing of it. I mean, as we go to different places, and that's one of the things that we appreciate with you, is that you were instrumental in helping to get us down to help Jeff with Bobblehead Homestead. So that hand combined with ours, we're going to be able to go down there and turn his cabin, just his shed, into a livable house that he can have, as he's suffering from Parkinson's and stuff like that. So it's all tied together. We do it together. We do it in such a way that honors God.
Absolutely. And that's a great project coming up. You guys stay tuned to Papa Pepper. I plan on getting down there. The Self Reliant Roadshow and Prepsteader Bob are definitely heading that direction. If you don't know Jeff at Bobblehead Homestead, check him out. I met him a couple years ago back on Steam It, and he's been doing some amazing things since he moved down to his homestead, and the stuff he's been working on. So as you kind of talk about traveling around with your time, your tools, and your talent, and trying to bless other people, can you give me an example or two from these first 6 weeks you've been out of a project or two, where you did it, what you were up to, and how it turned out?
A couple real easy ones was, and the gamut's wide open. I mean, the ages that we've helped have been everything from millennials all the way to retired couples. We had a young couple in Wisconsin. They bought a homestead, had a small commercial greenhouse. Their first year it just didn't work. They lost a lot of money, And I went in and we basically got the community together, and in 54 minutes the whole entire thing was renovated, done, because we had many hands. It was a blessing, and it was all done. And then I showed her how to do tier sections so that she could grow greens and look at possibly other things. She actually has access to a high-end restaurant, and I said, get that relationship with that chef. And then the one place we helped was Rosa Sharon Homestead. She's actually got access to a chef at a high-end restaurant, a golf resort, and so she's able to grow greens for that. And from one of our sponsors for the Self Reliant Roadshow, Field and Forest Products, to provide mushrooms, cultivated commercial mushrooms, things along that line. So it all ties together. We helped the lady that retired. She got tired of the rat race because the rats were winning.
I'm not a rat, so I just got out of that race. I'm like, I can't even win by qualification.
I know, but she just bought a homestead, no idea. We helped learn, we taught her how to run an ATV, a chainsaw, firearm safety. We went to another retired couple. That was a project we did just before Baker Creek Seeds. They're a retired couple. They realized that a lot of times they have ice storms and things along that line. She wanted an outhouse. We built her an old-fashioned outhouse, and then it's like, come on, that's too easy. So we actually built a brambles trellis and helped her some other projects, and that's what we're doing. We stopped here to visit with you all because we love what you're doing and we love the kids. Mrs. B and I are getting our grandma and grandpa fixed and because the kids are absolutely fantastic. We love them to death. And then on down to Bobblehead where we can do even more. So yeah, it's going to be a great time.
I think it's interesting to that bramble
yes,
support, that trellis. I'd never seen anything like it, but it makes a lot of sense. It's an excellent design.
5 boards.
Do you want to go on with her?
Yeah.
Okay, kids are going on the bus. An interesting thing you may not know about Papa Pepper is back in the early 2000s, I was in Wisconsin, because that's my native land, and living on a school bus. So if you got some people from Wisconsin traveling around on a school bus, I'm like, this seems familiar. This sounds good. This sounds good. So you also mentioned kind of sponsors, because what you guys do is you're willing to show up somewhere for free,
yep,
invest your time, your talent, your efforts, your tools, you know, and just, you know, hopefully for some maybe gas money to keep growing, just kind of do whatever you guys can do, but you're also being able to be sponsored now.
One of the things is, I mean, it takes money and to do this. I mean, the bus, you know, the renovations, everything else, even though we did the bus and all the renovations for under $5,000. I mean, we didn't, it's not a tiny house, we turned it into a motorhome. And the other thing is that we have sponsors so that we can get from point A to point B. We just ask people to donate money for fuel because fuel's kind of expensive. But we have 5 sponsors that are sponsoring us with giveaways, things along that line that we can actually put into the hands of people. And the one we just took on is the one I want to shout out real quick would be Baker Creek Seeds. That's where Papa Pepper and I met. He jumped on our live show, which was amazing. We had a great time. And then Baker Creek Seeds handed out a package that's going to go to each individual homestead when we stop. It is at least $150, maybe even $200 worth of books, accessories, and then a boatload of tools, and right, that was awesome. Right,
what that's worth on the street is incredible, and really, if you guys see it, we got one of the packages. It's really, they're offering up pretty much all they have. I mean, you know, the books that they wrote, the resources they have, like Clyde's garden planter that they have access to, their own seeds that they're producing. It's a mega load. It's such a blessing, and I can't wait just to see that get into the hands of other homesteads as these people travel around, because then not only are sponsors helping move you guys down the road, yep, not only are you guys helping bless others, but then things get directly from the sponsors through these guys into the hands of homesteaders around, and just a blessing to see. Good to be a part of. Glad to be able to help keep these guys, you know, on the road, give you guys a little, you know, shout out here, spend some time together, and then also help connect you guys with Bobblehead. So for those of you guys who do not know, there's actually 2 channels that you guys run right now.
Yes,
right?
Yes, there is. Technically, Prepsteader Bob is our educational and informational channel. That's when we originally started, because we were helping out some homesteaders, and they were like, dude, you got to get these, you know, everything that's in your head. And, you know, I've got 40 years of construction, crisis management, and technically homesteading, farming as a child. I probably got 60 years. But just bringing that to whatever to help out, and not in a bossy whatever way, just coming alongside and helping out whatever it takes with a servant's heart is what we're trying to accomplish.
Amen.
So as we're anything that we do, the Self Reliant Roadshow is kind of the, I hate to use the word entertainment side, but basically we show up, we show you what the homestead is, what they're going through, what they need, and then individual projects that you see that you might be interested in. All that information is on the educational channel. On Prepsteader Bob, I do the materials list, I do what the project is, the how, where, when, why, and that's on that channel.
Excellent. Well, it's been a blessing to have them over thus far, and we're definitely going to spend the night together. And then you guys are getting off towards Bobbleheads.
You got to leave early and head on down there to get things rolling there. So,
all right. For those of you who already know them, congratulations. You guys beat me to it. And for those of you who don't, head over, check them out if you like what you see. I'm definitely going to be following along a little bit in person, because when you head out first, I'm going to follow along.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Hopefully, if it all works out, we're going to try, because with your background and skills, it would be nice to have you there. I need somebody to work right hand in hand so that we can do a lot of the finish work and stuff. So if that works out, you'd be a part of the big reveal. So that will be awesome.
Yeah. Well, excellent having you out. Appreciate it, guys.
It's a blessing.
Papa out. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.